drive multi-sectoral collaboration such as the one we are witnessing today is not just welcome, it is essential or important. Actions to do by stakeholders, what we all need to do. We are listening, we are here to discuss, but there is something we need to do. No matter how little this step is, please and please do it. We need to review and strengthen institutional policies to prevent, report, and address sexual harassment effectively and gender barriers. The report we're talking about is, we write a lot of reports. When we finish writing them, we keep them there, they gather dust. All the suggestions and actionable, decisions or suggestions as well will not be attended to. It will be that, oh, we have this program. Yes, we attended it. So time and so time. But what was discussed or what was agreed upon is kept there, lying, gathering dust. That's not what we want. What we want is that as we are here, when we live here, we talk to our neighbors. We do the things we have agreed that we say this is not good. And when we see it, we should speak against it, whether it's happening to the boy, whether it's happening to the girl, even sometimes it's happening to the matured man or woman. You will just be shocked or embarrassed at the level these things have permeated our society and our workplace in particular. And especially, I heard somebody in the Google message say, if you don't do this, you won't get this job. Now that we're saying we're having issue of job, getting employed or employment challenges in our society, some persons believe that that's the only way they can get the vacancies out. So we need to be a voice against it. We need to open our eyes wide, both in front and at the back. Because some are not spoken about. It's body language. So you need to look at it very well and know when to say, Barriers must be created. 2, promote gender-sensitive engagement in employment, training, leadership, and service delivery. So there is need that when we go back, we do what we call, whether in-house or the one you get consultants to do. Every staff should be trained about this topic so that it will be in place, including chief executive. Nobody, I repeat, nobody is to be exempted from it. So that everybody will know it together and the atmosphere of the workplace will be the same. Then, 3, break the culture of silence by empowering sufferers and survivors to speak without fear. How do we keep away the fear? It's when none of us know it and we are speaking. It's a common topic. It's no longer sacred. Because our problem is that our culture is that some topics are sacred. Sexual topics are normally kept as very sacred. No go area. If not, you're a spoiled child, whether boy or girl. How? So, but now it's damaging us. So we need to talk. Then educate both employers and employees about their rights and responsibilities. Organize workshop on it. We have talked about that. Mainstream gender equity in all organizational policies and practices. Very simple. At the National Orientation Agency, we are committed to national orientation that promotes mutual respect, equality, and accountability. We are expanding our partnership with ministries, agencies, and departments, the private sector as well, and civil society, to deepen advocacy and provide strategic communication tools that challenge harmful norms, such as this one. We will continue to leverage on our platforms from grassroots engagement to media campaigns to raise awareness, stimulate dialogues, and inspire reforms. Dear stakeholders, the time for action is now. Let us not leave today's engagement with just communiques and resolutions, but live with a renewed commitment to build safer, fairer, and more equitable workplace. Because No one should have to choose between their safety and their career. You know, because sometimes, because you've been working, a time comes, the chief executive or the superior begins to add God. The National Orientation Agency will have a strategy we call clean. That clean is not spelled as cleaning of floor or surface. It's spelled as C-L-H-E-E-A-N. The C is crime. The L is lawlessness. The E is education. The first E, the second one is about environment, and the other one is abuse. And the last is nationalism. So we have it. Why am I bringing this up? This topic falls into that stage. The C is a crime. It's a crime. It's a criminal thing to begin to sexually harass the boy walking on diamond, or the girl or the female walking with you. It shouldn't be there. Lawlessness is where you just deprive the person's privilege and put sex as the means of getting it. It shouldn't be, because you have the power and you have the instrument. Then you begin to say, you get this, you take that. Do you get it? So that is why this our strategy fits, this topic fits under it. Then we're talking about education. We're getting educated. We should educate our staffers in our workplace. Everybody needs to know about it. Of course, the environment should be safe. The work environment should be safe. Abuse. This is an abuse. Do not abuse power. Do not abuse the staff, whether male or female. And then if you're a nationalist, you should do it right and do well. Ladies and gentlemen, you are very much welcome to this. We urge you to be a voice against this gender barriers and sexual harassment in workplace and everywhere, actually. This is a topic that, would like, people will feel embarrassed to talk about it, because we know that when it is sexual issue, it is regarded as a sacred topic in our community, in our society. Cultural norms do not permit that topic to be discussed openly by anybody. So, but we find out that there are so many anomalies that are happening in our workplaces on this topic. There is a gender bias. If it is a man, for some roles they'll say, I bet a man cannot do this. Then, and also you say, how can you put a woman to do that? So these are barriers that we are talking about. And then again, there's the issue of sexual harassment. What is this sexual harassment that we're talking about? Sometimes, because of the way it is now, employment is a challenge. Some persons suffer it even from the onset, that, oh, if you don't allow me to have sex with you, you wouldn't get employed. Do you understand? And some, it can happen to the boy, it can also happen to the girl, because most times when it's gender issues, it is quickly concluded that it's a women matter or ladies matter. That is not so, because the female and the males suffer it. The young girl suffers it, the young boy suffers it. And they both suffer it, both from the matured male and even from the matured female. So that is why we are trying to make sure that people hear it, discuss it, because some persons, because of the instrument of their office or the power of their office, they begin to do sex of privileges that should ordinarily come to an officer or a staff of an organization. So this is what we are trying to discuss. And some will say, oh, I was only playing with you. You begin to touch the boy or the girl inappropriately. Let's use the word like that. And we are used to that, saying sexual harassment in school, in that. Yes, that one happens even in houses. If we start getting into that, know that people sexually harass children in the homes where they are, and they are trusted relations or members of the family. Even some parents sexually harass their children. These things are anomalies. We shouldn't have it. And that's why we are discussing about it, to empower whoever is the sufferer of such to speak out. Because when you speak out, you get help. You speak out. Even in the worship places, these things happen. So, but today's one is specifically for workplace. That's why. In schools it happens, yes, mark for sex or sex for mark, whichever way, which one comes first. So all that one, and then you see a female chief executive sexually harassing a young boy who came for employment or who is even working under her. Yes. And then it's also with the male chief executive who is also a matured man, sexually harassing the staff of his organization. That happens. And that is the reason we are coming today to say this is inappropriate. It's not acceptable. As much as our culture encourages silence, it's sacred, don't talk. We are saying no. It's not as if the sufferer or the victim is having it and enjoying it. They are having psychological trauma. It has effect. It has confidence of personality. All this, it affects so much. And even if it's a child in school, it affects the performance of that child. Even in workplace, it affects performance because the person will begin to will not be interested. This organ, I don't want all this. So this confidence, communication will be poor. Work performance is poor. The output is just lowered. Productivity generally is low. So that is why we have come today, because we have discussed that of school, we have discussed of home, and we're today specifically discussing that of workplace, so that everybody will be stronger, better, and united against it, and productivity, of course, and progress will go more and higher.
Sexual harassment in the workplace affects everybody, whether you're in the military, you're in the paramilitary, you are a civil servant, or even a common trader. Sexual harassment cuts across everybody, irrespective of gender, whether you're a male or a female. Nigeria needs to come up with a sexual harassment policy, which I think we have. And like what the National Orientation Agency is doing, educating the masses, going around and telling people that you can come out and talk and you can still be safe, just like what Nigerians did in the whistleblowing. When you come out, you don't have to identify yourself that you are the person. So we are encouraging Nigerians to come out and talk. If you are sexually harassed, whether in the workplace, whether in the church, whether in the mosques, whether in the marketplace, whether in the school or in the playing ground, come out and talk so that we can bring a stop to sexual harassment in this country.
Well, the topic of discussion for today is in the workplace, but sexual harassment exists everywhere. It's something that could come up in the market. It's something that could come up in a supermarket, at a store. It's something that would be in private spaces and homes, schools, whatever the case may be. So it permeates every space. I think it's just for this particular event. It's employees that are having the discussion. So yes, that's why we say the workplace. You should talk. You should talk. A lot of the reasons why this cancer, as I like to call it, continues is because people are afraid to speak up. And the more we become emboldened and empowered to speak up and say when we are not comfortable, when Oga A has done something, or my colleague that I'm working with has done something, or Uncle So or Auntie So has done something, whoever it is, the more we're able to speak up, the more likely that we will actually start addressing this issue.